Hello, these are the questions I did for my Unit 4 project. I did number 43, number 44, and number 50. So number 43, the question was, use the 1950 to 2000 data in table 3.12 and exponential regression to predict Los Angeles population for 2020. Would logistic regression be more appropriate model? Explain. So upon doing all of these steps, I firstly gathered my information. I haven't written the entire thing since I had the data on my laptop. Data there. I used the formulas. I performed the regression equation, and I got PT is close to approximately 500 times e to the power of 0.03 t. Then I considered the logistic regression, which was PT equals to L over 1 plus AE or negative KT. So my answer was yes, logistic regression would be a more appropriate model for Los Angeles problem. The data shows slowing growth after 1970s, suggesting the population is approaching a carrying capacity. Exponential regression overestimates future growth, while logistic regression accounts for the deceleration and provides a near realistic prediction. Upon going to number four, the question was very similar. It was the same thing, but a different country, a different state, sorry. So the question was, use the 1950 data in table 3.12 and exponential regression to predict Phoenix's population for 2020. Would logistic regression be a more appropriate model? So I wrote the same method since it was the same thing, and my answer was yes, logistic regression would ultimately be more appropriate for Phoenix population. While the exponential function fits recent data, the declining growth rate and environmental constraints imply Phoenixes will eventually follow the S-shaped logistic curve, making the logistic regression making a lot better long-term predictions. For short-term estimates, exponential regression may suffice, but logistic modeling captures the inevitable showdown. The last question I did was number 50. So the question was, using the data in table 3.14, compute a logistic regression model for Arizona's population of 14 years since 1900. Based on your model and the New York population model for exercise 56 of section 3.1, will the population of Arizona ever surpass that of New York? If so, when? So I first wrote the logistic model for Arizona, and I wrote the logistic model of New York, and I named what each K was. I predicted that Arizona's population would surpass New York around 2050, but New York will later exceed Arizona due to its high carrying capacity. So those are the three questions I did.